And this is going to be a tough micro fight right now, I think, for Goodfriend. He doesn't really have the forces necessary to waste much of anything in this fight at all. He looks like he is trying to take that second base here. Going to be streaming as many Marines and everything he can into there. And he sees these lurkers, and I'm actually very, very surprised that he hasn't put down any bunkers there at his natural expansion to try to defend it. Bunkers do very, very well against lurkers, and I think he'd be very, very wise to throw down maybe 2 bunkers there to defend and really try and fend this off. But now July is going to push in here with those lurkers, and I think this time they might actually be able to catch some of these Marines, and they absolutely are. Those Marines getting absolutely manhandled, but it looks like all the Zerglings go down. The Zergling support is done, so now those lurker splits are going to be effective, and he takes out most of the lurkers. Only 1 lurker left, but still that lurker can still do some damage. Gonna have to get more scans up really for Goodfriend to clear this out and really gain control of his natural completely. Storr, you with us?
Yeah, doing good. The lurkers, well, he's successfully retaken his natural, and he's in a good position right now. He's got his expansion going up. If you notice, he did take SCVs off his gas, so he could, I guess, increase his mineral count, because he wasn't spending his gas on anything, really, because he had nothing to tack to. All he wanted to do was get that expansion down and defend against that rush. He's also very late on his SCV transfer.
Yeah, definitely very, very late. That's just would not do if he was on a team today. That just would not be acceptable. But yeah, JulyZerg also going to the third, getting his 3rd and 4th up right now at the bottom left, taking that main and natural. Going to try and get a couple more gases up, and he's going for a rumba here. Actually going to get to that ramp. Oh man, Goodfriend again losing control of that ramp, and Zergling streaming into his base. I think it's maybe 6 or 8 Zerglings, yeah, 6. And they're going to be able to do some more damage here. Goodfriend not microing his SCVs. Oh no, losing 1 SCV there. Maybe going to lose some control of some of these turrets, because July, we noticed, did throw down a Spire, and is going to try and go for some Mutalisk harassment here as well. And July kind of getting cornered here, not able to do any more damage. But yeah, still doing very well. Here's the Mutalisk popping out right now, and July on 4 bases. It's not 5 bases. He might have taken that mineral only as well to 6, so that could be 5 bases, 4 gas pretty soon, and that is just ridiculous. Again, I mean, you can't let July macro like this. He is an absolute macro god. Like, I mean, if you've ever seen July versus The Rock, you've seen that if you let him sit there, he will soar on you. He will do the Sauron build and just wreck you and stream units into your base beautifully if you don't do something to him. And every game so far, I think July's gotten a lot of bases up. It's just been that first game, Goodfriend was able to do some damage early on with his science vessels and things, but like, I mean, last game was awful. He really wasn't able to put any pressure on it. Now, this time again, I don't know if he's really going to be able to defend this very well, again, because he's going to need those medic marines to really defend against these mules that are just taking down these turrets one after another, and he's not really going to be able to push on any of the bases of JulyZerg, and I think that'll be a pretty much an eventual GG like we saw last game.
Yeah, going in right now, doing a lot of damage, sniping a lot of SCVs. That base is not mining at all anymore. All he has is his natural. And he can't move his Marines back either, because he has to be very careful of those lurkers. Because if he moves his Marines back, lurkers come in and they'll just GG him right there.
I feel like Goodfriend, depending upon where he places his units, just gets to decide what he GGs to. At this point, like, does he want to die to Mutalisk? Does he want to die to Lurkers? I mean, he doesn't really have. I don't see any real options for him to really win this unless July, you know, wanders Mutalisk in over Marines, which he almost looked like he was trying to do there, and allows them all to die. But I mean, like, that's like the only thing, once again, that can hold him from a victory in this game. He's just so far ahead right now. I think he's going to be on 4 gases, probably about right now. He should be on 4 full gases, which is just insane.
Yeah, Goodfriend doesn't even have his science vessel tech up, and 4 gases are up and running. Hopefully we're going to see some defilers this game, or just see July overrun Goodfriend with a horde of lurkers.
Yep, he can go Mutalurk Ling, he can go Mutalurk, he can do whatever he wants again. I didn't see any hive tech going up, although they didn't really show us the main hatchery again. It looks like July's gonna go and take a 6th base here just for fun, because he can, really. He really can. Or maybe those are just Zerglings wandering around. Maybe that's not a drone in the top left. But I saw something moving around there. Some more lurkers being morphed in, and this is just ridiculous right now. He really needs science vessels. He's throwing up a second factory. He needs to get a starport up. He really needs science vessels. This is just not not cool at all. If you're going with this kind of a build, you really need to get science vessels to defend against this. You really need tanks as well to defend against the lurkers, or you need more bunkers. But like if you're gonna push out, you're gonna need those tanks. And yeah, not doing a very good job here. Although we might be able to do a little damage to these Mutalisks, not really able to do too much. July trying to be careless. He looks like he's trying to be careless, but Goodfriend not able to really take advantage. And July in a war of attrition here on 5 bases is just gonna be unstoppable.
Oh yeah, that his army count supply has to be above Goodfriend's. I mean, he's on 5 bases right now, 4 gas, and he's just staying back, macroing, going in. Looks like he has upgraded hydras as well. And
He's just going for a
Goodfriend's
mixed
SCV
bag
count is
force.
just yeah, Goodfriend's SCV count is just so low.
Hey, there we've got the first tank. Finally, we've got a tank out at what is, I don't even know what minute this is. This is the almost 15th minute. We have the first tank out, and yeah, and a 6 base going up for July. So, a couple bunkers up right now. No science vessels 15 minutes into the game for Goodfriend. And yeah, I've got to say this is awfully disappointing. I think you're kind of seeing why JulyZerg has a little bit more longevity to him, a little bit more success than Goodfriend. Goodfriend just doesn't seem like he's got that strategy down in terms of being able to macro up, playing with some of the, I don't know if you would call it the maps or just the styles of later eras, but you know, you really need to have much better macro. You need to be taking bases a whole lot earlier in today's game, and we see that from July, just macroing up, taking tons and tons of bases, getting the Defiler mount up right now, whereas Goodfriend seems like he likes low eco games, but unable to really do the damage early on that was necessary, and that's why we're seeing JulyZerg just being able to really just stomp all over Goodfriend in this game right now.
Yeah, we can also see a big difference between today's games and games, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. With the economic play and early expansions, we can get a bunch of science. You can get your science vessel and tank timing out at 9 minutes, you know, 3 tanks and, you know, a science vessel out. And I mean, all he has, I mean, 16 minutes, he finally has a good amount of tanks, but he still doesn't have any science vessels. And July has quite a large army. And here he comes in for his sexy, sexy flank.
That is the power of the Swarm right there. Not like the magic spell Swarm, but the Zerg Swarm coming in there from 2 different sides. Actually, if he had come in through that other pathway, he might have been able to get a full flank and completely trap that force, and we would be once again calling him the God of War, like in person right now. It would just been amazing. But like, this is just awesome play by JulyZerg, just taking advantage of Goodfriend's passivity and taking the base at the top left, getting, I guess that would be bases number 6 and 7. There are no gas expansions left for JulyZerg to take, so he just gets to do whatever he wants. Guardian's out right now, and Goodfriend doesn't have rates or science vessel. I think he might have a science vessel out right now. I saw some starports going out, but yeah, certainly not enough. Not going to be fast enough to really take care of any of all of this tech.
Yeah, old school Hydra Guardian was how you played Hive Tech back in the day, before Zergs discovered that, you know, Defilers and Lurkers were in.
Just walking right into the natural. Like, Goodfriend isn't even really putting up much of a fight right now. Just losing both those bunkers to Guardians. He's got a couple tanks sieged up right there. But look at all those Hydralisks. They're just mowing through this right now. Turret going down. This entire natural expansion is going to go down. Goodfriend's main has to be almost mined out. And GG, yo. Anytime now, GG, yo. Maybe, yeah, now, maybe a minute ago. This isn't even close. We see 4 raids out. There's the GG, finally from Goodfriend. So, Goodfriend is done. He is on the ropes right now, down 1 game to July's 2 games. So, July's going to have 2 chances now to take the win. And, you know, maybe he'll do what he did against Best in 2008, I guess that would be, and go for a little bit of a 5-pool now that he's got a lead and he's got a chance. That would be pretty sweet right now to see yet another JulyZerg 5-pool rush.
JulyZerg 5 pulled the first game, not the last game.
My bad.